Hi, welcome to my channel. Tell me, have you ever been in a situation where people just stand by and they do nothing? Well, I got something for you when this happened to me. Welcome to my channel, y'all. My name is Astra, and this is Astra's brain injury. Now, I remember I was going to an appointment, and I was attending an appointment, and I was walking across the street. And before we got across the street, I tripped and fell. Now, let me stop right there. There was a lady coming this way with her dog, and she was walking this way, and I and my mother and my youngest was walking coming this way. So she was coming down one sidewalk, so say she's going westbound and I'm going northbound. Well, guess what? I tripped and fell, and the woman did not even bat an eye. Not an eye. And she just continued going on with her dog, not even to turn to say, "Ma'am, are you okay? Do you need any help?" Nothing. Not one lick of empathy towards what just happened. Now, I can say, was it race based, or was it just she wanted to mind her own business, or was it that she just did not care about what was going on? It's not me or it's not my family, so I don't need to worry about that. And I can tell y'all that is the wrong kind of thing, because we never know where we will end up. I was always taught, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Now, if the roles was reversed and she fell with her dog, we'd have turned to say, "Ma'am, are you okay?" Because I'll give you this incident. My mother and I was coming out of the store, and the lady fell. And we turned from across the way. We're asking her, "Ma'am, are you okay?" And she turned and she's like, yes, I was like, "Do you need any help?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm okay." And she, got up, and we're telling her, drink some water. I don't know, for all those Caribbean, if you fall down, drink water. Anything happens, drink water. Let me know. Is this something that, y'all have done? Like, I've known of this since, yay. And the thing is, the woman, she felt good that somebody was observing the surroundings and saw her fall. And we could have turned and say, "Ma'am, are you all right?" And she appreciated that, because you can see it. You can see it on her face that she appreciated us even, "Ma'am, are you all right?" Now, I could say that, oh, well, I don't know who this woman is. I'm not going to say anything. And you know what? She's a different color to me. I'm not going to say anything. Because, I could say something, and then the next thing you know, she's going to be like, "Ooh, this black woman was da-da-da-da-da-da-da." No. Like, for me, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anything. If I see that you've fallen, my first reaction is, "Are you all right?" I mean, there's many times where I have stopped to help someone. I've seen elderly people. We've been in the store. I've been in the store multiple times, and I see the elderly, and they're looking at you, and they want to ask, do you mind if I go ahead? Even young people, and I see they only got one thing in the hand or two things. I'm like, did you want to go ahead, seeing that my card is, more than what you've got? And they're like, are you sure? And I'm like, yes, go ahead. I mean, that's just the thing to do. Now, I say all of these things because when you have a brain injury, if someone doesn't know you have a brain injury, they just sit on the sidelines and they're just like, do I need to help? Do I need to say anything? Do I need to do anything? And many people will just sit back and not even bat an eye. And that is, for me, from where I am, I feel that is such a wrong thing to do. Like I said, I've been out multiple places and I see that people is, you see the elderly because, I stop and I think my grandmother, I tell y'all, was 4'11", like, so she was short compared to me, who's 5'8.5". So huge difference. And, when you walk with her and she's taking her time, you walk with her and you have a compassion. That's the thing. So I had a compassion, I guess maybe, because grew up with my grandmother, but you have a compassion for people, or maybe it's just my personality, I don't know, but you have a compassion for others. You're taught, to help, be of a help to someone, and when you see that you can't get that same kind of help, it's mind blowing for me because, I often, view others the way that, say, for instance, like I have been raised up. And when I'm looking and I'm like, why? You don't need to do that. But many times I have forgotten, because I forget this. Everyone is not raised the same. So that compassion that you are looking for, instead of somebody just being on the sidelines and they're like, not my business, not my problem, I don't need to do anything. It's such a wrong mentality. And again, when I say when you have a brain injury, every small thing seems like a big thing for me, like with my brain injury. So, I tripped and I fell. And, this has happened to me before where I was walking and my little one, because you know how little ones, they weave in and out, in and out, in and out. And I fell. And still no one turned to say, ma'am, are you all right? And I was just taken back because I stop and think that's not something that I would do. And again, like I said, when you have a brain injury and this happens, I mean, you already have all of these different fears. You have all of these different setbacks. You have all of these different, there's a huge umbrella of different things that is going on with you. And when this happens, it's almost like it just solidifies to you. No one cares. People just only want to just stay on the sideline and just look and be like, okay, we're window shopping. I'm just looking and that's it. And not even care. You would think that just the smallest amount of humanity would be given. But I realize that people will, when it's for them, they would want you to turn and say, ma'am or sir, are you all right? And it's just a a common courtesy, I believe, like for all of us. If you see something happen, I mean, you turn. I can give you this example. We knew of this individual and they were having such a hard time. And, they were kind of standoffish to us. And when, you would still try and, okay, hi, how you doing? And then when the person opened up to us and explained all what was going on with them, and, what can you do but just give them a hug and tell them, I'm sorry, I did not know, what was going on. And if you want to talk, we're here. And if people give just this kind of thing when you've got a brain injury, y'all don't understand how it just, like, it even wants to make me weepy to think that just somebody just showing that little bit of interest instead of sitting back on the sidelines and, oh, well, you fell, bye, Felicia, and they out. Instead of them doing that, just giving that little bit of, are you all right? Makes a huge difference for you. Not for you, well, for me, it made a huge difference for me, when I think about these things. It's not always that we're going to stop to help somebody, because you may be in a rush. You might say, ma'am, are you okay? Okay, fine. Psst, okay, you gone. But there's times where you can be like, okay, you know what? Yes, I'm going to be a few minutes late. How can I help you? Just even that. Just even how can I help you? We don't know how that has such a profound effect. As I said, I'm not the kind that will just sit back and be like, not my business and not my problem, and I'm going about my way. No, you fell. Are you okay? You all right? Okay. And so even before my brain injury, this is how I was. And after my brain injury, I mean, there's times where, I could not help because, of how my body was and everything. But those who was with me, I could say, they would be even going out to go help them. So it's not to say that if you were the one that fell, that I was not going to help you. And the thing is, that's another thing too, is when people don't think, oh my word, this could be me one day. We never think that. We never think that, oh, that could be me. I might be where this person is right now. I might be where they are. You never know. Like, we don't know what tomorrow holds. We never, ever know. How many times do we plan to get to an appointment, plan to get to an event, plan to even go to the store? Some people never return. Some people is extremely late because why, there was an accident. They could have been in the accident. Like, there's multiple different factors. But, as I said, it is not easy. It's not easy when you can't even get that little common bit of, are you all right? Even a stranger can do that. And if they see that you fell, ma'am, are you all right? Do you need some help? Just even that. I mean, let me know. Have you experienced this? Do you find that because of your brain injury, you're a little bit more sensitive to these kind of things? Or do you think that it is, people is treating you the same in that sense, like strangers, say for instance, they see you fall, they are doing the same thing to you, like. And so, when you think of these things, just that little bit of common courtesy is what we all want and need. So as I said, let me know if this is something that you've experienced, and have you seen a difference, from your brain injury to when you didn't have a brain injury? Let me know. So with that, I will keep it short and sweet, hopefully. And remember, please, to like, comment, subscribe, share. Hit that notification bell so you can get notified when I do these videos. And let me know, let me know, please. I look forward to y'all comments, and I appreciate them. Thank you. So with that, I shall take my leave now, and I'll definitely see you in the next video. And with that, say bye.